A strike by academic workers at York University could soon be over. CUPE says that a tentative deal was reached last night. More than 3,000 instructors, teaching assistants, and graduate assistants, they have been off the job since the end of February. Wages and job stability, those were the main sticking points. Details of the agreement have not been released. Workers are expected to hold a ratification vote this week. And with more on this tentative deal, we are now joined live by Erin McIntosh, a teacher assistant at York University and spokesperson for CUPE 3903. Erin, thank you very much for joining us. So first off, a tentative deal. What do you have to say?
Yeah. It's been a long 8 weeks to get to this point. The deal is still tentative, but after bargaining throughout the weekend, often late into the night, we have something that the members are going to vote on this week. And it took us a lot of hard work to get to this point. So there's definitely some excitement in the air.
And Erin, can you tell us about, the role of teaching assistants, graduate assistants, and, what effect this has had on them and you?
Yeah, well, CUPE 3903 members, be it contract faculty, teaching assistants, or graduate assistants, do over 50% of the teaching at York University. And we have been out on these picket lines really fighting to be able to improve the learning and working conditions at the university. And we've been able to make some meaningful impacts in that regard. So we're excited to get back into the classroom if that is what the membership chooses, but we'll have more information about that as the week continues.
How have these past 8 weeks affected you? Talk about the impact financially as well. And I'm pretty sure it had an effect on you academically as well, especially the graduate assistants, because face it, this is something that they're having to deal with mentally as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A decision to go out on strike is not one that I think workers or people ever take lightly. It takes a huge amount of dedication into hard work. And I think that why at this moment now, we're just so proud of every single member who has been out on the picket lines in the rain, in the snow, really fighting for what is both deserved and necessary to create a better York University for all of us in the community. So it's definitely taken a toll, but it's worthwhile, and it's a fight that's going to need to continue for greater justice and equity in the workplace.
And speaking of, Erin, was this just about money?
Of course not. I mean, money is going to be a hot button issue. Bill 124 had our wage increases capped at 1% for the last 3 years, and this is during a time of record high inflation. So our members before the strike were already living paycheck to paycheck, some members having to rely on food banks. To address this sort of economic inequality or injustice that's at place, it's going to take a long time to fully to make up for. But we're definitely fighting and making meaningful improvements in order to make things a little bit easier on people, because Toronto is one of the most expensive cities in Canada.
Okay, Erin McIntosh, teaching assistant at York University and spokesperson for CUPE 3903. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you for having me.